Welcome, heroes, to this New Year's update. So, I decided to, instead of using Facecam, I'm putting some, it's essentially my normal Mugen build, but the Hyper Dragon Ball Z had their characters updated, so I'm testing some of those characters out, so that's what you'll be seeing in the background. If you want a link to, like, the Hyper Dragon Ball Z stuff, that'll be in the description below, but yeah, so there you go. But anyways, how's it going, guys? So it's been Christmas and the New Year and all that. And by the way, I don't know if you could notice, but I got a new microphone. And hopefully that gets all the sexy tones. I have no idea. I've actually been, when I was talking to the guy at the guitar shop where I got this from, he said that Audacity might not be the best used program for it, but I'm trying it for now because, you know, I've always used Audacity, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to discuss is that I wanted to apologize. Up to a while, I've been kind of lacking in terms of producing the content I normally would produce. I've been making promises I haven't been keeping. The winter tournament hasn't happened yet, and the Skyrim build that I was wanting to do hasn't happened yet. Monster Mastery hasn't happened yet. All these things, they're in preparation, and we're going forward with them, but, I don't know. The thing is, for the longest while, I've been struggling with some issues. It feels more like an excuse, but I don't know, it's okay, so, this is really hard to say. So, the thing is, I did a couple surveys, kind of just self-assessment, so that it's not 100% accurate. But I might be going through some form of depression. It's a cyclothymia. It's a form of bipolar depression. Anyways, so I wanted to bring this up because this is something that I've been wanting to mention, but I don't know, it's one of those things like I want to mention, but I don't want you guys to worry about. But way back, I think it was more like a couple months ago, I was actually having struggle just to record videos because was just constantly getting this feeling of what's the point? Why is it worth it? Because I don't know if any of you noticed, but there's a lot of people who've just been not going to the channel as of late, and I don't know if it's just because like DBZ content is not there, and that's what all the people who are here want, or that there's not Pixelmon or Pokemon related stuff, or if it's just me and I'm not able to actually hold a good like content. By the way, I apologize if I kind of mess up. I am still kind of getting over a cold, so that's the thing. But no, at the time I did have the reason why I think it might have been cyclothymia. I can't even pronounce it. The reason why I think that it might be that is because I had a series of where I felt like I was confident I could do stuff, like especially when I was like at my coding job, and I would just make a thing and I do it. And also, that was kind of a byproduct of the the How to Survival Deep in 10 Easy Steps. It was just, I felt like I had the surge that I could just do these things, and then soon after I would get this, well, for the most part when I was at my work, I'd get this like surge of anger from either like disappointment and not being able to accomplish exactly what I wanted, or somebody would say something, or I'd go on a rant of something else that would lead to anger, that would lead to depression. And this would just keep cycling over and over each, like, well, not necessarily each day. I don't know. It's just, for the most part, I'd have nights where I just have a lot of self-doubt. And I just, like, even playing video games, I didn't even want to do it. It felt like a burden. And a lot of what was going on was just, I didn't feel the point, I guess. I don't know. It was, anyways, so I've been kind of working through that for the past while, and I haven't been mentioning it because, like I said, I hadn't want anybody to worry. I don't even know if that's necessarily what's going on, if it's something else. I haven't been able to see a psychiatrist or psychologist or whoever you're supposed to see. I was planning on doing that, but I need to get my like health insurance sorted. But I did have a recent breakthrough in terms of like why a lot of that was happening to me. And it seemed to be very much tied back to when I was, oops, sorry, I'm hitting my mic stand all over the place. It seems very much tied to back when I was at the Pokemon Iron and Coal. Around that time, I think I've accomplished what I felt was probably the peak in my ability. Essentially, I got to be a part of what I've always wanted when I was in YouTube, which I had many reasons to join YouTube, but one of them was to become a part of something bigger than myself. And when I joined that project, I felt like that was it. I was going to show off my talents. I was going to be able to make other people happy. I was going to be able to do all of these things. Then the project ended really abruptly. And then that kind of started a big strain. It was around that time when I also left Time Shot because I wasn't able to motivate myself to do just whatever content. I was trying to I guess make up for that problems, and then I guess I don't know, everything just kind of cycled down, and I got that new job somewhere around that time, I believe, and that added another level of stress on top of sleep deprivation because I was trying to make sure to continue doing videos and keeping up with my job, and also it's just a big cycle of issues. But the big epiphany I had is that I went back and I did have the old map of Iron and Coal that I could look at every now and again. And one of the things that I realized is that the biggest part of what causes me, there's quite a few, but the biggest depression I guess I get from that is that I wasn't going to be able to show you guys all of the stuff that we got to build because that entire project just dissolved. And we did a lot, but we weren't going to be able to show you guys it. And that was when I hit that realization, I broke down hard. So I don't really know what would be best, where to go from here, but after I made that realization, I kind of got a little bit better. I haven't had a depressive episode for a while, so I think that's good. I don't know. Again, I still need to see a proper psychologist to understand anything that's going on. It might not even be depression. It might just been mood swings or whatever. I don't know. But in any event, I decided that something I should really do is I should revamp how I'm doing my YouTube channel. Because the problem is what I'm currently doing is I'm trying to do this expectation that a lot of people have, which is do 2 videos a day, get out as much content as you can, and show off whatever's the latest game and what people want to see and maybe what you want to do and doing all this stuff. And I don't know, but it's causing me a high level of stress just because I have this need of I need to get this done. I need to have 2 videos out a day. I need to make sure that content is out. I need to make sure you guys have something to see. And I've tried to tell myself it's not a necessity. You don't have to do it, but I still feel this major need to want to do it. And I don't know. I even thought to myself, maybe I should just stop YouTube altogether. But I then went back and thought, well, that's not fair to the few who actually want to see your content. So I don't know. But I'm decided, after a lot of thinking about it, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to 1 video a day for the major content that I do, with a similar recording style that I'm going to do. So a lot of that is going to essentially be pre-recorded. I'm going to build up a big buffer, so these things will be out there and they'll be released once a day. Probably do it over 4 different series or 3 depending upon what's going on. I'm definitely going to finish the current set of series that I have, so finish up the Vampire the Masquerade, continue on Minecraft story mode as that comes out. The Fallout, I'm planning on just doing that main quest for that. I don't plan to branch out from there because it's going to be too much, and I can't do too much of the same thing because then it just gets boring and way more burdensome than before. So I plan to finish up the main quest of that. Hopefully that's not like a massive amount of time sink from where I'm at. And then, what was the other one? Oh yeah, Don't Starve. I was planning on playing that until my character died, which I don't know how long that's gonna be, but I'm never really good at the long-term survival in the game, so who knows. But after that, I'll probably be picking certain games to like do just Let's Plays of, in terms of just like releasing them once a day, and then like pre-recording it so that way I just have this good buffer so I can satisfy that urge of I need something out each day, so I don't have this need to continue producing something every day. So that way I could give myself time to work on the stuff that I really want to do, because that's something that I want to get back to, a lot of the more creative stuff that I got to do, like mod showcases, and I want to do more of the How to Survive series. So I wanted to do things like How to Survive the Forest in 10 Easy Steps. Maybe you do one on Ark Survival, because I feel like that could be really good, because I found that to be really funny. I'm really proud of that. And I want to do more of those kind of games. More of those kind of videos. I also had plans of doing things like voice acting skits. So just like pick a couple characters I could do voices of, make a little funny skit, and just kind of piece it together. Kind of similar to when I was doing that like displaying of my voice acting ability. I don't know. And like just doing skits of that. I don't know. That was just like an idea I had. Also, there's machinimas that I wanted to do that I haven't been able to dedicate much time to, just because, you know, not having the time. So I wanted to do more of those. And also I want to actually get the Monster Mastery series out, and like doing that one I might do more consistently depending upon how things go, but I want to do that because the whole Mastery series is something that I really enjoy. It's just I'm getting to this point where I want it to be perfect, but I think I'm putting that bar a little too high than it needs to be. I don't want it like, because when we did Magic Mastery, we had issues with like sorcery not being good, and then some people not recording, and then some people like finishing up their entire series like faster than others, and that causing like a desync, and then they would die off, and there would be huge lapse and no videos, and then we'd finish it. And then like Medieval Mastery, we had a massive issue with the like whole who had what job thing, and how that was actually working and all that, and that dynamic fell apart. And I don't want that repeat of all these people like coming into the series and then just getting that disappointment of, well, you know, this was a bunch of bull because I couldn't do anything kind of deal. I don't know, I want it to be fun. I want to be able to produce good content from it. I want to be able to have fun with it and all those kind of things. But I don't know, I just have this massive anxiety of the possibility that that's going to fail. So I'm just trying to make sure that that doesn't happen, and hopefully it won't. We got the mod pack at a good point where it's ready, so it's just that one's going to come out soon. So that is another thing I'd want to do. And also the Skyrim series that I was planning on. I did have a plan for another modded Skyrim series, and I got the mod pack mostly put together. The only issue I'm currently having is I can't port my old characters as companions. I don't know what it is, but the mods, I guess, just borked so much that they just won't port over. So I might have to drop that, but other than that, I think that's mostly done. But that's another series I wanted to do, which might end up being bundled into like the Let's Plays that I'm doing. We'll see how that goes. But also, another big thing is last year I wanted to do a montage of the previous year, and I wanted to do another one of that this year, but, you know, again, really difficult to do that when all these things are just not coming together. So a lot of that is kind of like the reasons why I wanted to pull these things together. Oh man, yeah, I don't know, my brain just like, for whatever reason, my brain does that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, but yeah, so that's why, all those reasons, I'm going to be doing that one video a day. Like, that is the most I'm going to require of myself. If that. If I need to take a break, I'll let you guys know, and I just want to make sure that I don't overstress myself. I have the full-time job, which is having a lot of like stressors on me and a lot of the whole like making sure that I'm good enough kind of deal, and I don't want to double that up with YouTube. I just want to be able to make good content. I want to be able to make you guys happy. I want to be able to have fun while doing it, and I don't want to have another depressive episode. So hopefully this will all work. I'm just kind of piecing at things at the dark, so hopefully that will all work. I guess the last thing I want to mention is the Winter Dragon Block C tournament. That will still happen. I kind of want to do it a little bit differently. I really don't like this idea of forcing people for the series to train as hard as possible within the 20 episodes that they have, because I feel like the content produced from that would be utter crap. Because literally it would just be them trying to punch anything that they can possibly punch within that 15-minute period, which just sounds terrible, honestly. So I think I'm going to be changing that to a, like, train your character up to a level. If you want to like do that on camera, you can. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. I don't know. I have a kind of idea in my head, more of like just going to put a TP amount or something like that, and then having the players build up to that level, and then I'm figuring that would be better, because that means that they could take as long as they want, or could they do it as quickly as they want, or if they wanted to, they could just mitigate that process and just have the character made that they wanted. I'm figuring that might be better, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, that was everything I wanted to cover. This has run quite long. I didn't expect this to go for so long. Hopefully the content in the background was also entertaining enough to keep your attention. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to cover for now. So yeah, it's big changes. Well, sort of big changes. This is kind of going back to what I was kind of doing before, but I'm going to be sticking myself to it. I'm not going to force myself to make a lot of content quickly. I'm not going to do all the Dragon Block C content, of course, that's going to be the winter tournament, so don't worry about that. I had plans of wanting to do more of the Pixelmon as well, and I'm kind of getting that itch to also finish up Pokemon 3D. So all those things are possible. All those things are possible. It's going to be a new year. Hopefully things will be better. But anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care and goodbye.